So today I'm pleased to join you, and I'm going to read verbatim because these are not my words. I'm pleased to join you today for the launch of Gonza Pay, a new digital financial solution that reflects the continued evolution of Uganda's financial services sector. I would like to commend Centenary Bank for its continued commitment to expanding access to financial services and investing in innovations that are responsive to its customer needs. Ladies and gentlemen, across Uganda and even the region, technology is reshaping how citizens and companies access services, conduct their business, make payments, and participate in the economy. For the financial sector in particular, this has resulted in what some in the industry now call a convergence, where the line between technology and financial services is increasingly becoming blurred. According to a World Bank report, the percentage of Ugandans accessing financial services, digital financial services, was 44% in 2014. As of the end of 2024, this was 73%. In addition, 71% of Ugandans have used a digital payment at least once. Mobile money, agent banking, digital lending, internet banking, mobile banking, and other digital-driven financial solutions have expanded access to financial services for millions. These innovations have helped bridge geographic barriers, reduce transaction costs, and create greater convenience for individuals and businesses alike. Now, this progress is important because efficient payment systems are fundamental to economic development. When people move money or exchange value safely, quickly, affordably, most important, the intended consequence or the externality of that activity is that they generate significant positive impact to the economy as a whole. Because payments is, if you were to think of the body, the economy as a human being or the human body, payments reflects the flow of blood throughout the body. So when that is done safely, efficiently, securely, and in our case, affordably, the body is healthier, the body is stronger, the body becomes much more resilient. And these are the benefits that we see. When you have these benefits, there's a significant positive impact on how economic agents interact and how the economy grows. But more importantly, it has pass-through effects and implications for trade, investment, savings, and for the creation and establishment of a resilient and sustainable economy. So it's a no-brainer that efficient payment systems are positively correlated with the easing of transaction-related frictions and economic productivity. This productivity, and just allow me here, this productivity should and normally does translate into improved service delivery by the government. Now, delivery, which then feeds back to improvement in payments. So then you have a self-reinforcing loop that potentially can run ad infinitum or ad nauseum, as the case may be. At Bank of Uganda, central to our vision and raison d'etre for our existence is the creation and establishment of an environment that supports responsible innovation, one that grows public trust in the financial system, but also at the same time ensuring that that same financial system remains resilient and stable. To acknowledge, it's been a long journey for Bank of Uganda to get this point of acknowledging this. But it's been a journey of self-reflection. But we now recognize that innovation, especially that driven by technology, is a given. So it's no longer a debate as to whether innovation and technology are going to happen. We now accept it. Our question is, being central bankers and being a regulator, it is behoven of us then to continue to pay attention to the potential and actual downside of this innovation process. So strong and effective governance, consumer protection protocols, proactive cybersecurity actions, and risk management frameworks are increasingly central to securing the financial system, its stability and resilience in the face of the dynamism that's inherent to innovation. We cannot deny that digital platforms are and shall continue to shape the future of financial services. And like I said earlier on, even with the increasing convergence, it's going to become harder and harder to tell the difference between technology and financial services. Especially for a country like Uganda, where much remains to be done on financial literacy, inclusion, and expanding trust in financial services for all demographics. Not just for the disadvantaged, not just for the women, not just for the youth, for all. So today, with the launch of Gonza Pay, I believe this is an example of how financial institutions, including Centenary Bank, are responding to these opportunities. By providing a wallet that supports convenient payments and financial transactions, Centenary Bank is contributing to the broader national agenda of increasing access to digital financial services and accelerating expansion and participation in the formal economy. I'm also encouraged by Centenary Bank's continued investment in digital infrastructure and financial inclusion. As the ED said, 82 branches, 9,000 plus banking agents, and now an expanded and more inclusive digital offering. The Centenary Bank service and coverage footprint supports and is indicative of its ongoing efforts to democratize access to financial services for all. As financial institutions innovate, the underlying rationale should be and must always be the customer. Do not innovate for the sake of innovation. Do not innovate because you have the opportunity to innovate. Innovate because you provide a solution to a known and real problem. Using technology creates value, which then improves convenience, enhances the financial sector. To continue investing in solutions that security and customer protection. To all consumers of financial services, and I'm going to say this guardedly, please do go ahead and embrace digital financial services, but do so responsibly. There is only so much the regulator can do, or the regulator do have an obligation to protect your consumers. But that does not negate the need for consumers to also protect themselves. And that's why at the central bank, one of the things we have done is under our financial inclusion mandate, we have focused on financial literacy. To innovators, whatever your size, business model, focus on solving actual problems. Do not see problems in other jurisdictions that have solutions and think the solutions there will come here and work here. Do not create a solution and then look for a problem to solve. We tend to do that a lot. But if you get that right, if you get that focus, that dogged insistence on identifying and clearly laying out and describing a problem, and finding a solution. The benefits are both to you as the innovator and to society as a whole. So after all, Adam Smith was never completely entirely wrong, and I think, Professor, you will agree, that sometimes in the pursuit of self-interest, society can and must be able to gain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, please appreciate the Deputy Governor. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, because now we understand the solution, we have appreciated the journey of the wallet. And I want to thank the NBS team, because we are streaming live on NBS, but also on our YouTube. Earlier, I was a bit challenged because I noticed that when Joseph was speaking the ED, that's when NBS Live started. TT came, NBS Live. But me, when I was speaking, they went into adverts. Then I was not understanding, but now I'm also live, I am seeing myself. It's important that I can actually send communication now to my mom that I've made it. Okay, so at this point in time, on a serious note, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to invite our guest of honor back on the stage. I want to invite Professor, the team leader of the group. I want to invite the two EDs from the bank, and I want to invite a doctor representing the Centenary Technology Services to officially come to the stage so that we can launch Gonza Pay. It's also important that because I'm seeing that there is a Mano, I would also invite GM Beatrice to also join them on the stage so that there is a bit of gender balance. I think it's agreeable. All right, so guests of honor, please, together with Table One, please come to the stage so that we can launch Gonza Pay. So I'm going to request that some of us stand this side, others stand this side, and then I'll request for the visual. I'll request all of us to get to the stage. Yes, some of us can be their side, then others this side. That's okay. All right, now that they're on the stage, can I request that we rise and have the visual to launch Gonza Pay? Once the visual is complete, I'll request that we give a big round of applause. Those who are indigenous from Jinja, Kamuri, Buganda, and you have a Karuru will be excited to have one. Can we have the visual, please? I'm sure the clap can be better and louder. You can also give me some more sound. All right, so to commemorate this event, the rest of us here aside, we can take our seats. The people at the front can then form up to have a group picture to commemorate the launch of Gonza Pay. Okay, can I request our chief guest, the two EDs, the representative of the group, and tech to stay, so that I can invite certain behind the works from Centenary Bank to also come and have this moment, so that they have the people that have been behind this work. Please also take a moment. I see the chief here, Immaculate. Please come and take this moment. Also, the technical people, please come and take this moment. This is your day. As a matter of fact, let me first have Centenary Bank, and then I'll end with the technical people to come and enjoy this moment. It's important as we rise, if you are an officer in the department and your manager stands up, the officer don't come. Yeah, it's just to make sure that you stay with your job. I'm just saving you. The physical audience, please join me in appreciating this team for a good job well done. We want to thank everyone that is viewing us online through YouTube and have this moment with a guest of honor, the tech team that developed the product. Titi, no, you're not part. They are staying. The ED, you're staying. Professor, you're also staying. The tech team, they are the very people. No, they are specific tech. Are there others? Okay. Final photo will be with the partners that are here present. The partners, the final photo partners, please come over. The partners, please come over. The rest of us in the audience, we participate by clapping. That's the only way. It's a bit of a challenge to. Guests of honor, to the customers. Appreciate Dr. Titi, our guest of honor, Centenary Bank. Now I've represented customers, Mr. Kalulegava Ibrahim. Point in time, we'll continue the program. Our guest of honor is pressed on and continue with our program. But one more time, please appreciate our guest of honor, Titi, for making his way. Right. So as we continue to move with our program channels of your different handles on LinkedIn and your other social media channels of this the Centenary Technology Services cover, we have our special guest from the Ministry of ICT, here represented by the PS. The PS is represented by the Commissioner Research, acted with it in terms of doing services that we have, our brand ambassadors who will take the product beyond this room, and we should be able to close the program then. I want to
had to stretch this one to maximum. Now I have to bend it, lay it down. Colleagues from Centenary Bank, the media fraternity. Allow me, however, also to say something little about our brand, the Centenary brand. All of us know, demonstrating resilience, growth, and development from 93, and moving on to become one of the most respected commercial banks in the country, as has been testified. The Centenary diversification and to enable service to Ugandans in a wider scope. Diversification. The platform that we are launching today is from a combined effort of ourselves, Centenary Technology Services, our bank, and our partners, Drachma. At Centetech, technology that solves real problems, empowers people, and opens new possibilities about building something new. This meaningful impact is a result of that vision. Gonza Pay Center for the last 43 years. We therefore understand the need for affordability designed to meet those needs while delivering seamless digital experience. We believe that Gonza Pay will set a new standard. The launch Gonza Pay based on customer feedback as we also look towards the future. As you are all aware, invest in research. And lastly, allow me to and thank customers whose expertise and invite you to leave.
The clap we have given is as if we haven't appreciated. Special guest from the Ministry of ICT. I need to be signaled that they are here in the room so that they come through and also share their remarks. What's critical, and so our special guest from the ministry is to really come and confirm our discussion as we move along in terms of the wallet and its impact in the short and long term. Like I mentioned, appreciating it. And now that, please allow that we have the panel, and so we're going to have a panel discussion, and that panel discussion is going to take us at the wallet and its functionalities. Can I request the team? The other person is behind me. Immaculate
Ngolomi Nabate, Chief Manager Marketing and Branding, Centenary Bank, Future Lab Africa as the panelist, Services as the panelist, Future Lab Africa as the panelist, and Stephen Kirenga, General Manager, Product and Business Development and Customer.
Am I audible now? All right, thank you. Am I audible now? The service provider of microphones, your balance. Am I audible now? Okay. I'd like to also write on the protocol already observed. My name is Immaculate Ngulumi Nabate, as earlier introduced. And of course, I'm excited this morning to be here with you 43 years ago. But before we start on the journey, I'd like the panel of distinguished gentlemen to also introduce themselves. You're welcome. Arthur, back to you.
Alia, it's a pleasure to be here. Congratulations to the Centenary Technology Services team and the broader Centenary Bank and Centenary Holdings family. My name is Arthur Mukembo. I'm Chief Executive and co-founder of Future Lab. Ourselves, we were birthed out of Innovation Village, which has been supporting organizations like Centenary Technology Services and the group with innovation for now 10 years. And so we're also in that new phase of growth, and we're very, very excited for this milestone for the Centenary Bank and brand, and to share some thoughts and insights on what that journey looks like. Pleasure to be here.
Stephen.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we have taken something at least. So my name is Stephen Chirenga, and I'm excited, as you can see from the choice of color tie, to be here this morning. Welcome to the East, and we work closely with the bank, and obviously we work under the guidance and supervision of Centenary Group. So excited to be here, and yeah. Obulamu bugonze.
I think wagonze da.
Yes.
So back to why. I think we are here with the gentlemen to try and understand the why. Why Gonza Pay? Why today, after 43 years? And most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, is the vision that partly, and of course the panel will walk us through, answering that critical question. Is the vision of the founders of Centenary Group still relevant to the question? You had the deputy governor, acting deputy governor, Bank of Uganda, talking about the fact that we always have to find solutions. You know, have to identify a problem, societal problem, then we go and find solutions. Because if we flip it, we'll get it wrong. But if we start with the problem, we'll always get it right. So the question is, 43 years ago, the founders of Centenary Group decided to be the best providers of financial services, especially microfinance. And there is a reason why I dwell on that. Why do I dwell on that? It is based on 3 pillars. One is financial inclusion. Second is innovative solutions in order to meet customer needs and wants, solving real problems that will grow this economy. So the first is financial inclusion. The second is innovative solutions. Then the third is community growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the gentlemen here with me today are going to answer whether the vision of the founders is still relevant 43 years down the road. Because it is hinged on those 3 pillars: financial inclusion, innovative solutions, and community growth. So the product that we are launching today, the wallet, is it relevant? Does it still answer those 3 things that the group, Centenary Group, is hinged on? So straight to Stephen. Everybody has talked about financial inclusion. Everybody speaks about financial inclusion today. The fintechs, the banks, you had the regulator. I'm sure even if the ICT personnel was here, he would also speak about financial inclusion. But how deep does exclusion really go? I'll start with Stephen, then I'll go to Mr. Mukembo.
Pleasure.
Stephen, how deep does exclusion go?
Thank you, Immaculate. I think exclusion is significantly deep, and if you just look at, even if you used AI and decided to Google how many people have mobile money accounts as an example, you will get close to 60 million, right? Even this is from UCC. However, if you dig a bit deeper, you will notice that that tells a story that we have done the issue of reach. So almost everyone in Uganda has an account on mobile money. However, depth of use is where the challenge is. We have found that the table to say, how do we edit bank or mobile money to withdraw, and that's all that they do. So with this wallet, we anticipate or aspire or hope that we can provide for more depth. We can be able to allow, so that lack of depth is what exclusion is all about. It is an inability to be able to use, as an example, in the villages who have millions of data in transaction, but they are not moving, they are not growing, they are not developing, they are not becoming bigger or better. So I think that is where exclusion is. It's not that people don't know. The numbers tell a different story. They know about financial services that are digital in nature, but the reality is that the depth is what's lacking. Today, we are saying that we are coming to the table to say, let's fix that together.
So thank you very much, Stephen.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, Centenary always innovates for Mama Mboga. Centenary is saying, Mama Mboga, we see you, we hear you, we understand you, we know your needs, and we are solutioning for you. Arthur, what's your take on that?
No, pleasure. And I think it's demonstrated in, I liked how you said, have we been consistent with the journey that we set out to achieve? The bank, I believe, is turning 44 years this year.
Yeah.
That shows you something already, sticking to that you're serving. I believe when the bank started at that time as a finance trust organization, even the way you work with your customers was a bit more high touch in that sense. But as you continue to scale to a branch network of over 9, serve that Muntu Abulijo starts to ebb higher in the evolving landscape and with our evolving scale. I think you're now probably the second largest or third largest bank in the country if we looked at assets that you have as an organization. So what that then says is even the way we reach them, the channels through which we reach them must evolve. So part of that then is demonstrated by how you say, okay, let's embrace agent banking, and your network of 9,000 plus agents starts to demonstrate that. But you find that in our travel, someone still has to get to a point of presence, simply in Alep Tong, very beautiful area, right? But accessibility, it's communities are further sparsely dispersed. But one thing they have in common is thanks to the Uganda Communication, if you can bring it to that device, then we're beginning to build a deeper relationship. What Stephen then mentioned around, okay, so how do we make your activity in the app essentially your ledger against which I can have a deeper view of you beyond traditional collateral, beyond traditional ways to measure your bankability. And that if the bank is then building the application, it's a second thought to you that you're actually building serves you essentially unlock multipliers, efficiency multipliers of that scale of investment increases. And that with technology, the cost to reach the next 1 million customers will probably be slightly lesser per unit than for the future. It's that how do we continue to be efficient, agile, responsive to the evolving landscape in which we find ourselves as a bank. In using the app, they were part of the formal financial system to then say, hey, what else can we do together? So to answer the earlier question, I think it is true that you are deepening your mission of how do we make sure.
Okay, so thank you very much. Round of applause for Arthur here. So back to Stephen. Key question, why Centenary? I think it's a word we want to throw around. Underserved, marginalized. The Deputy Governor talked about many of those kinds of words that we throw around. Centenary to be in this space at this particular point in time. Solution, very word that understand actually mean in real terms. Because I do actually know that you first carried out a research. Did you go ahead with a technology team to produce?
Okay, so thank you for that question. I think for us, words like underserved, words like hard to reach, words like omuntu wa bulijjo, words like rural, that is who we are. That is our beginning. That is our heritage, which is saying that we are able to go to the lowest rung of the pyramid. We're able to go to the most remote of the country to be able to say you matter as a Ugandan. You're not. The distance from an urban center should not be a reason for exclusion. These words are not things that flashy. 43 years, we know that if anything, we have the expertise in knowing our customers by their names. We have the legacy in having grown family businesses and ensured that there's continuity. And now we are bringing all of that in saying that at this point, when Uganda has deepened ICT across the nation, has an increased appreciation and awareness of digital services in that journey, we are ready to ensure that the inclusion is meaningful. We are ready to withdrawing, sending money can be meaningful and not to their youthful either child or niece and say, here is my PIN number, you transact for me. And we're saying, no, even you who's giving the phone, now is your time. You can do this because your life has been made easier through an easy-to-use service. Your life has been gonzad. That is why.
Explained. And to the viewers out there, what Stephen is actually saying, where I started, Centenary sees you. We know you. We understand your needs. And we solution for you every day. Now, Arthur, looking from outside, looking in, because you're not from the group, but you've been with technology and you work with technology every day. What does this actually mean 43 years down the road?
Sure.
From outside looking in.
I mean, I'll look both from the viewpoint of the bank and the viewpoint of the customer you're trying to reach as well. In other markets that mirror the signals of the success we've seen in Uganda, and that opportunity is large, and you are encouraged to actively explore that. But that as the bank reaches 43 years of scale are pertinent to solve for. Question one becomes, okay, we have invested in core banking systems. We've invested in banking channels like your bank points of presence, your branches, your digital channels, etc. It's that, how do we begin to unlock value out of these to be able to essentially supercharge the next phase of our growth? Concurrently, also looking at, because we've scaled as an organization, we're at a point now where the playbooks that brought us to where we are not going to be the same playbooks that are going to take us to the next 10 years. In fact, for a bank that's thinking Centenary to the first 40 will not be the one that will take you to those next ones, and that it must evolve with the demographic that you're actually serving today. I think 7 in 10 of the Ugandan population is probably around 17, 18 years old. So if you're not already trying to find ways to resonate with those two earlier pressures, you find yourself in a situation where fundamentally your business model that you've relied on to get to where you are today is under threat. It's that if you don't then evolve how you approach this from a tactical perspective, from your day-to-day perspective, you will be competed out of business by these emerging fintechs, by agri-fintech, by insure fintech, by other people who are proximate to and can embed financial services in their value proposition. So from the bank's perspective, it's that you're trying to balance the growth story with the staying power of what you've actually invested in to get to where you break molds and act in the way that resonates with them. And part of doing that is to say, let's start to layer on services on top of what we've already built that abstract us further and further away, unfortunately, from direct relationship, but still build value for that customer. So it's to say, you don't have to come to the branch for me to have a relationship with you. You don't have to come to the branch to pay URA, to pay national water, etc. Let me bring that to you on your device. The lack of friction in how you're doing that interaction will build a deeper relationship. Say, but this bank Gonza did this for me, right? So what else can we do together? I have my micro business, can you bank me? I'm looking for working capital, what can we do in that situation? And that's not something you can do on your phone in that channel. From the customer's perspective, it's that these young people are a market. The Clay Christensen Institute has something they call market creating innovation. It's that people who you don't think are a customer today might be not a customer to you because of how you're packaging your value to them. I'm always encouraged by, before you used to buy, don't have the money to afford the 1 kilogram packet, you're priced out of the market, not that you can't consume. And so what clever FMCG providers started to do is to say, let me break that sachet down into 100 shillings, into 200 shillings, and let's see what happens. You then start to see that your turnover rate of these smaller sachets is that much more than if you're insisting on first collect, 5,000 or whatever, to be able to buy the 1 kilogram sachet. There is power in markets for which you break down a product to what is affordable, accessible, utilizable for them in that particular configuration. There's a dignity that comes out of meeting people at the point where they can afford and consume in the format that speaks to their particular daily needs. And that in bringing these digital products as close to them as possible, that's what the bank is signaling. It's that just because you sell bogas today, or because you are a smallholder farmer today, it has nothing to do with the journey you're embarking on and who you'll be 10 years from now. What we want to be is part of your journey, part of that accelerator of the success you will inevitably experience. And that the authenticity of the bank walking that journey with you is what then builds that customer that will stay with you for 20, 30, 40 years. And that this channel is one such way of doing that. So I think it's authentic, what the bank is doing, and it's true to your ethos from day one.
Thank you. Hand of applause for Arthur. I think he couldn't have explained it better because firstly, we had the branches, the brick and mortar. We extended to the ATMs. We moved into banking in the neighborhood, which is our agent banking channels, 9,000 of them. Centenary is now making another promise today that on your phone, in the comfort of your spaces, in your bedrooms, in your sitting rooms, you can pay the school fees. You can pay the bills. You can borrow money. You can do everything that you need to do. You can deposit, you can withdraw, you can do everything that you can do. So it's been a journey, guys. Brick and mortar. Now brick and mortar no more. It's digital. It's in the palm of your hands. And it can be done. So that's what Centenary is doing. A hand of applause for the gentleman again. So Stephen, back to you. What then is Gonza Pay? Gonza Pay, can you just define it for who it is and what it changes? What exactly does it change in somebody's day-to-day life? In their spaces, in their environment?
Validate them by trying it out. Gonza Pay is an easy-to-use digital wallet whose access doesn't require you to have a bank account in any bank. Therefore, there's no sign here, sign there. It is, all you need is simply your national ID. It is available both on a phone application. We're still on a journey as a nation of smartphone adoption. Or *211*3. That the user experience and the interfaces that have of video gaming to be able to identify the icons or to first say a prayer before you use it so that you don't click on the wrong button. It is quite easy to use. Most of the services that we know, Ugandan knowledge and Ugandan to an agent and being told, sina float, 43 years of driving distances. When I'm in the village, when I'm in Bulera, driving until Mitiana to find, surely as Ugandans, we have suffered enough. That is Gonza. So from fees payments to even things like events, right now we are glad and happy that for Rotary they have trusted us to say, so that is who we are. It's about ease. So Bank of Uganda reported the other day, and I found that yes, those digital loans also have a high default rate. A third, the same Ugandans, same phones, same lifestyles. So what we are saying is that when you look at that default aspect, and then you look on the other side, when you look at the banks as an example, the banks have some knowledge on how to lend responsibly, how to ensure that you're not lending or you're not borrowing for it to Gonza Pay. So that is what Gonza is about. I could speak all day, but I know people want to go. Do you allow me to continue speaking?
No. I think you have said it.
Yes, thank you.
I want to Gonza Pay. So you probably one-liner, two-liner.
When I was in secondary school, one of the first, we had a class on Luganda, and one of the first things they taught us was Babi Gonza. They're trying to achieve with this platform, and we appreciate that. And that, I think how they've demonstrated that is the different integrations that are already speaking to it. The app, by the nation, the fact that you have national water payments, you are at enablement is the ethos behind Gonza. We don't have to build everything as the bank. Let's integrate with what we've already invested in and then expose the APIs to a network of responsible people to build additional capability, and then let's see what's possible in response to the customer's lifestyle. That is the definition and ethos of Babi Gonza.
Thank you very much. A hand of applause for Arthur.
Speaking, I thought maybe you need one, as you know, our history of Centenary is that we are founded in faith. There is a saint that is named Saint Gonza Gonzaga. So already we are aspiring to, in our normal day-to-day, there's a saying that says, that goes, Sente wekuba, Gonzao. So the easiness of life should be in whatever your challenge is, whatever lifestyle you live, be it at the top of Naguru where we are today, or at the most bottom of Uganda, your life.
Stephen, you talked of faith, and you work for the group, Centenary Group, and you talked about faith. Do you trust me?
Because you're part of Gonza, I trust you.
Okay, as we close, I want you to close your eyes and think 5 years down the road. Close your eyes. Just think. You're safe. You said you trust me.
Yes.
So you can afford to close your eyes. If Gonza Pay has done its job, How different will Uganda be 5 years down the road?
Okay.
Did you close your eyes?
Yes, I did. I closed the eyes. They're a bit big, but I closed the eyes. So 5 game is something called a cheat code, right? So 5 years down the road, I hope that Gonza Pay can be the cheat code to life in Uganda. And what this means is that all someone needs, the only hack you need to live, to be happy, is to have the Gonza Pay app. So trust savings, you will find savings for yourself, you will find basically the entire life ecosystem that you think in 5 years, what a good job will look like is when I ask someone, how did you make it in life? And he or she will tell me, I got Gonza Pay.
Sorry for you. I mean, you were not in the baking of this thing, and I'm throwing you in the deep end all the time.
Karibu.
Close your eyes, dream a bit, 5 years down the road.
Yeah.
What will
Partners to come and join the photo. I think 5 years from now, Gonza Pay is that platform, that ecosystem that enables a whole life, as Stephen was saying, Gonza Pay. So I think 5 years from now, I see it as a connect ecosystem naturally into the broader financial services space. But I also see it going beyond Uganda. I'd like to see a South African struggling to say Gonza Pay. I'd like to see someone from Senegal struggling to say Gonza Pay. There you go.
So thank you. Thank you again. Was that hand just?
Yes, we have some TikTokers. Yes.
So the gentleman will take a question each. Yes. And who it's addressed to, so that they quickly respond to it.
Let me get you the hand here.
On my phone, and I need to have the 2 apps. One's the app that is not on the Center mobile app that I'll be benefiting.
I think that question will go to Stephen
Okay.
at the appropriate time. We'll take another one.
nkola ne CBS FM mugenda basomesa mu luzungu mwokka oba mu Luganda beetaaga okumanya nti onyiga kugulirako bintu kusasulirako masanya basafama site yaffe kwetuli live. Thank you.
This goes to Stephen. I would like you to enlighten us on the issue of interoperability. There are already other wallets in the market. If you could spend a minute or two and stretch us into understanding how best Gonza Pay is going to Gonza the interoperable market.
And because my question speaks to him as well, I've interacted with the platform Money to Canada. And it's you go to the bank and then the bank can support you. Do we foresee a future where Gonza Pay, and of course Centenary Bank, the biggest in Uganda, if not the region, do we foresee ourselves in the next 1 or 2?
Sit. All the questions come to you except one that doesn't go to EBS. We are in about 15 media stations in all languages. We will educate customers on how to use, and most importantly, the why. I think that one came to me, and it's to be taken at the end of this program so that they also benefit from what we have shared today. So Stephen, back to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for those questions. I'll begin with the first. Is from, if you look at how do I get access to either of them? On the first one, you have the issue of sign here, sign there. The KYC, the know that from its onset means that now when you compare with Gonza, which requires only a national ID, it brings the differentiator. The other one is that we plan on it being an ecosystem of so many people. And this speaks to the fact that in Uganda, and again, I don't like the statistic here because people overuse it, but seldom attempt to address the issue. We're the most entrepreneurial. We have the youngest population. All those statistics that people like to say, but never used to full activities to ensure that they, and again, may we speak to the interoperability, to ensure that if you are an innovator, if you are a merchant, if you are a business owner, you can quickly plug into the Gonza Pay ecosystem. Gava's only one capping, but it's okay. An ecosystem of being symbiotic. And here's how. If you are a Centenary customer and you get Gonza, and now you want to access the things that are on Gonza, moving money speaks to an ease of use. From the onset, how connected we are is immediate. Number one, if you want to move money from any of the Uganda, you can do that today. In a few weeks, if you want to move money from a bank account X to Gonza, it will be possible. Gonza. That is the plan. So we want to ensure that we have an interoperable network across banks, across wallets, and already the largest wallets that we have today, we are already in advanced talks with most of the remittance, the Middle East, Europe. We're able that today, I know that the challenge that we have with remittances most times comes with the cost. It's quite expensive. Our promise to our customers is that
Stephen, for taking those questions. Maybe just to add on a little bit to what Stephen had said, has just explained on the differences. I think the most distinct difference however, it is closed loop for your customer, aren't you? So that's why you're able to use Centenary Mobile. However, to be on Gonza Pay, you don't have to have a bank account with any bank, not only Centenary. You want a wallet, you go to your national ID, go to get all manner of transactions, including borrowing in the very near future. So that is a distinct difference. Centenary Bank customer, closed loop. First, you'll be a Centenary Bank customer. You actually, as a matter of fact, you don't have to be a customer of any bank. All you need is a wallet, a space, and a team of people who will know you, or an institution that will know you, see you, innovate for you every day. That's Gonza Pay. I hope we've ably answered your question. We thank you. Okay. As we close, I'd like to thank the distinguished gentleman here again. The why. Why Gonza Pay? Why at this particular point in time? You're able to use it, and this is a product that has been grown after researching you, understanding you, for you, and we hope that it will stay with you. We thank you
very much. Arthur, before you leave, I wanted you to come here just a minute. Immaculate, I'll request you to move over there before we have Arthur, please come. I want, so quickly I request you to get there. Our contribution as the panelists. Yeah, Professor, don't get tired of photos. Yeah. This photo is not complete without GM. GM. Beatrice, what do you want to do to us? Please come. Immaculate, that's you at your full smile? Okay, I just need to make sure. Have down. Okay, those who are not putting up your hands, you being here is also to expect that as we talk about the application, you have downloaded it and you're interacting with it. So can I request that those that have downloaded, you encourage each one of you seated next to you to download the application so that they can understand what Gonza Pay is all about. I wanted to quickly share that I have downloaded the application, and I noticed that Stephen, when he was presenting, said that I was the one who was at Centenary Bank, and the tech team have open APIs to be able to interact with fintechs is a big, big plus, because I think we need to clap for that, because we interact with your system. So if the platform is open, I think Centenary Bank deserves a big, big round of applause for this journey. I do a lot of engagement in communities to train people around financial management. People are using savings accounts as still now I can quickly move my money because I interact with household expenditure. You buy yaka, pay for water, money is very exciting. Because then I don't need to open up an account. Then I know that the money that stays on my account will then support my journey of investment. So Centenary Bank, well done, well done. But of course, when Immaculate asked about the future I see, for me the future I see is that Gonza Pay in the next 2-3 years should be able to tell me, who will have noticed how much the limit I have in terms of Buddha 32. So for me, that's the Gonza Pay that I envision. The app that will quickly interact with AI to quickly tell me you can't afford a house that goes beyond the 2 million. Money across different regions. So, ladies and gentlemen, bank launching a beautiful loaded. I want to see big-headed people. Very good. The hands are growing. The hands are growing. Well done for those that are quickly doing this engagement this morning to share on our social media platforms. LinkedIn, TikTok. You have TikTok? Yeah. TikTok? Yeah. Beatrice, you have a lot of work. Plug them in. Yeah, but for ED, Joseph, I want to tell you that TikTok has a lot of work. You need to be able to shoot 3 videos of where you are every day. I don't know if you'll handle, but please get there. All right. So at this point in time, we've understood the product, and I'm sure that all of us have appreciated why Centenary Bank is the biggest bank that we have in this country. Can we appreciate them in a big way? We want to have behind this. Now that the product has been rolled out, it has been launched by our guest of honor from Bank of Uganda, the Deputy Governor, who was represented by the EDNPS. Now we are going to different communities, to the different villages, to our Rolex guy, who is going for the brand ambassador, so that we can appreciate their work.
The wait is over. Welcome our brand.
Kati bakutemyeko ki?
Batemyeko okukulu
obadde n'ameka?
Mbadde na
milioni 2 nga gali mu ki?
Musokisi.
Bakubye ekitono. Babadde balina kutemako mutwe bagutwaye. Kukuno omulembe tukyatambuza sente mu sokisi. Kukuno omulembe tukyate okuziki. Babasajja babadde bameka?
Abasajja babadde ana.
Bonna nga babagwe. Nga baba milioni 2.
Mitwalo 4.
Babadde bameka? Babadde bameka?
Bana ku boda 2.
Babadde bameka?
Bana 4.
Kati kale bakubye milioni 2 ng'oziyina mu sokisi ng'otambula nazo. Gonza g'omumanyi?
Gonza gatebye ebiki? Ze tonyumiza naye Gonza wa polisi.
Gonza gwo w'olubuto.
Mukwano gwaffe.
Gonza g'omumanyi?
Mumanyi.
Gonza ga mukwano gwo?
Mumanyi setunyumiza.
Obadde ne Gonza gebbanga lino lyonna nga takubulira nti eriyo ekintu ekirungi? Nga takubulira nti eriyo ekintu ekigonza obulamu? Nga takubulira nti eriyo Gonza Pay okuva mu Centenary Bank?
Tonyumiza nze bya bank. Ogende otwala sente buza mu banka ne bakusimira layini ne zibanga zo wabba obumpi.
Gonzaga wuuyo yali afaanana bw'atyo? Oyo yali afaanana bw'atyo? Mpola bamukubye abasajja 4 ku boda 2. Okulina just kutono naye nga kwe kuli.
Eka naawe abantu bakyatambuza ssente mu nsawo. Mu sokisi. Tonnawulira ku Gonza Pay, Gonza obulamu. Kankubulire gwe. Ennaku zino abantu banka yatuwa enkola gye bayita Gonza Pay. Ate Gonza Pay yayitiridde. Terina buzibu, ate yo terina bujja. Terina bujja. Oba olina banka account oba tolina ujja. banka yonna osindikako zonna network osindikako oterekako sente yo otambulizako buli kika kya sente kyonna okiteekako eno Gonza Pay nga ngujja genda ku Gonza Pay
jayisimu nze yabinteerako
Gonza Pay
nze yabinteerako
agenda downloading app yo genda ku Android yonna oba Android oba App Store genda yo otaddeko oteekamu nini yo
niniyo national identification number ogenda tumenya
kyekyokka kyeweetaaga
ekyo ki kuno
n'otwala n'osasula buli gwoyagala weetaano webiri wemeka
ng'omuwa kati nze okugulu okulina tekulina gye kulaze naye batukoze bubi kati buli muntu yenna akyakwata sene n'azitambuza balina kutta mutte
Gonza Pay yekka eno Gonza Pay yaze Gonza bulamu baabo oba weeyagala anti buli kimu kiri wano weeyagala sente meka lindako alo nsogera naawe meka
nze nteraako
milioni bbiri kale kanzije nine kamala kuweereza ono milioni bbiri
wakangamba nkateekeko olukateekako ng'ompa okitaddeko
alo bamaze okukola abokufaamu baagala mmeka
wulira
mitwalo 4
wulira obulamu bwe bugonda
mulina teeka ku Gonza Pay nkale
wulira obulamu bwe bugonda kakati waliwo kano akakyala kabadde kantawanye nga siina bwe nkaweerezaayo kasente nteeraako nkateereko
nteerako olina Gonza Pay
gwegwangamba ogiteekako obulamu bugonda kano akantu ojjukira nti kaali
keberako
nakaza dakumudigido
keberako kuzemeka ngambye obulamu bugonda ng'olibugonda toba nakiweraliikirira buli kintu okikolanga bw'oyagala
kati awo buba bugonze Gonza Pay ekoze ebintu
ogula amazzi osasula amazzi osasula amasanyalaze oyagala gula airtime kale mwena tubasabye mudde mu bugonda obanga Yesu
anti yintono nya bannange bakusaba olukoloddoli lwa pini ogenda otuuka gy'ovudde ng'olwerabidde kali anti kati naffe bajja tukubayo ekifaananyi n'abakulu ba Centenary Bank oba tubaswaza
nedda naye ono ngenda bayita
bonna bajje twekubye
ngenda
bwe tuba tubaswaza temujja
ngenda bayita taata
nedda mukama waffe
ngenda bayita
ffe katubeyitire
naye ono lwaki ku Gonza Pay tasooka n'agulayo empale empanvu kubanga okugulu kwo
obulamu bubadde tebunnagonda
naye kati Gonza Pay
kati taata mbakulekere bayite
nedda sebo tuba tukuyingiridde
all right, ladies and gentlemen, one more time, our brand ambassador, Abe Muchibi. So well done, and he has started very well with just taking us through why it's critical. This business of keeping money in the house, in a pot, below the bed, we are breaking your house, below the tile, below the paver. No. Let everything become Mogonza. Let everything become... And when you kugonza, you use what? When you say Gonza Pay, we say live easier. When we say Gonza Pay, we say speak as if we've given you breakfast. Gonza Pay. All right. Prof, ED, and Doctor, please come. And GM, please join our brand ambassador for a photo moment. very difficult for a photo because you don't want to say that this is you can't talk about inclusion when there are no women. GM, you need to come. Now this time to make sure that the photo is more inclusive, I want to call GM and Chief, please come. So that it's not really a mano. It's really a photo that is inclusive. All right, so I am going to request okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the launch, but we're able to scale up your transactions and how you continue to interact. But soon, you will give us loan. Because people who want to take loans, let's clap harder. Of course, when I talk about loans, Professor Dumba, you may not understand. I love this, the loans icon. It could make it fast to work. Yeah, but I think it will be growing with the time. If I borrow, the other thing that I loved was the fact that you can buy now tickets to go and watch different shows. Well done, well done, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to download Gonza Pay. I've downloaded it. It's a very easy to use platform. It's on one page, but it scales up so many things. The real applications. If you're paying for water, it brings the national water. So well done, Centenary Bank. Can each one of you congratulate the neighbor city? Yes, thank you, neighbor. It's important that I inform you that the cancer run tickets, the Rotarians in the house, can we give ourselves a clap? So the cancer run tickets are really thank Centenary Bank for caring about the people. Because for all I know, you have partnered with Rotary throughout their journey of starting Cancer Run. I think you're making to close 10 years. Can we appreciate Centenary Bank? We've launched the product. The next part is to network and move this product beyond the room. How do we move the product beyond the room? Is by sharing on our social media. We want to thank everyone from the physical audience. We want to thank our media fraternity, the bloggers, everyone that has been part and parcel. We want to thank the tech team, but also the group and the bank for supporting. In the very order, you'll start with the Centenary Bank anthem, and then you'll move to the East Africa, and then you'll end with the Ugandan anthem.
Are you planning an event? Think of X Events for the best photography and videography.